Set this to here. I do want to check something before I. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let's see. All these fucking bots need to get out of my fucking Twitter. Ugh. Well, that's how it goes. Alright. So, I don't know if Greg put out... Is the mic on? Yeah. So, I don't know if Greg put on the video yet. Okay. Yeah, this looks new. Yep. So, that's good. Now, let's just send this out there. So, we'll click here. Yeah, so I just got done coding. I want to get back to it right after, because I actually spent most of my day today playing World of Tank Blitz. Also, the guy who's supposed to handle trademark stuff is out of the office until the end of the week, so I won't even hear anything back till Friday, which is kind of annoying, but there's a reason why Jesus is making me delay and wait for so long, which is making me a little concerned, but I don't know, I don't know. I guess I'll just gonna have to just let it happen and see what happens. Okay, so this is not updated. This is it. Crypto markets. So funny enough, you know, crypto went down quite a bit. Jet swap is doing all right, and I'll re-chat in just a second. And I actually made the same amount today as I did yesterday, and I was even able to compound a little bit. So that's actually pretty impressive. Actually, yeah, because Jet Swap is actually doing pretty alright. Yeah, it's actually going up a little. Now it's at 33.3 cents. So I think it's finally hit the bottom, because obviously Jet Swap is legit for now. So it should be worth at least the same amount as Merlin token. Let's cut to the chase. Bitcoin bear or bull market? Well, it's definitely a bull market, but it's in the middle of a correction. What's different about this correction is, let me think, is that the corrections are lasting a lot longer than they used to, which is an indicator of market manipulation, unfortunately. That's very frustrating. The good news is it's very obvious to me that people are buying this dip. Alright, 24-hour volume is 65.7. This is like the first time in like weeks that I've actually seen the 24-hour volume spike upwards. Now it's still really low, but at least I see signs that there's a lot of trade volume and the price of Bitcoin is basically hovering around 30K. No, I hope it's gonna be more than 100 grand by the end of the year, but I mean, who knows? Like this stupid a-hole correction. I mean, it's over when it's over, you know. So the faster those Chinese miners can get their mining machines up and running, the faster Bitcoin will go back up. And we're already tracking that, right? And by the way, hey, did you ever get back your money? Because I was actually asking about you a lot last week. I thought you like offed yourself because you couldn't get your money back. Bitcoin hash rate. My God, that's why I don't like using hardware wallets, because what you're going through is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Like just some stupid BS, and then you just lose all your effing money. You know, if it's not dangerous minorities that's going to rob and kill you, it's going to be like negligence, right? And more likely, negligence will wipe you out. And it's just like such a frustrating experience. At least if you got robbed by a dangerous minority, at least you have someone to blame. But in this case, you have no one to blame, unfortunately, except yourself. You know? But of course, how the hell were you supposed to know, right? Because you have a hardware wallet, you supposedly back up the keys. Your thing's supposed to be backed up, but apparently it's not. Yeah, I know. Things are pretty rough right now, too, for everyone. So it's not just you. So at least you can comfort yourself with that. Yeah, this has already been updated. This is 2-day lag. So hopefully when this number updates for July 19th, we'll see this thing go back up. But at the rate it's going, it's going to be at least another 2 weeks before maybe it reaches... I mean, it's probably going to go halfway between here and this peak. But as long as it's just going back up, because obviously those Chinese miners know they need to get back up and running ASAP. Alright, also, I just stopped tweeting when I go live because, you know, it's just whatever. I'm just too lazy to do it. I like keeping my Twitter clean, so you just read it. Alright. Oh, yeah, and Trump really needs to get his act together. Now, he's doing better, so I'm hoping it's because Jared Kushner is no longer telling him garbage information and sabotaging him, but, you know, they're already putting his buddy Tom Barrack in jail, and I like Tom Barrack. He's like a really good real estate guy. I also knew that they were close friends, but I didn't know they were that close. So they're doing to Trump what they did to Trump supporters on social media. Get rid of all of us, and we're effectively all gone. Now they're going after actual Trump's, you know, people around him. You know, and again, Trump still hasn't figured it out yet. Or if he's figured it out, he's going very slowly. So, yeah. And of course, I still have some like idiot effing trolls here that are just spamming, you know, like they never like or retweet or support any of my work, but when I'm critical of like certain things, like they always come out of the woodwork just to criticize me. It really pisses me off. You know, in the meantime, you know, I keep losing followers. So I'm actually thinking that like I only have 2,000 real people, and the rest of these followers here is just all fake, and it just annoys me. But you know, what are you gonna do? All right, so dollar is only slightly up, so that's good. I don't even care about the stocks. So yeah, the markets are up a good amount. Precious metals is flat. Crude oil is bouncing up a little bit, but still down from yesterday. And Bitcoin is still trying to hang in there along with crypto. I mean, Binance coin is just getting killed. So as I said, I've been basically doing mostly profits in the stable coins. I think Binance coin in particular. And it's definitely the right move because everything keeps going down, but my dollar still remains the dollar. So I was able to actually pull out $155 today, same as yesterday. And I was able to compound my DeFi, you know, on all these platforms. So I'm, you know, it's just like the old days. Like in fact, I can't remember the last time I actually tried taking profits from the freaking market and actually just have cash. So, you know, but Pancake Swap is, you know, up, it's back up to $11.45.4, or as low as $11. So obviously this dip's getting bought. It's not enough for my liking, but I do like that the 24-hour volume is starting to show signs of life. Now, will this continue? I mean, we'll see. I mean, today was a really good day with the markets. So eventually this money in the stock market will find its way back into crypto. And hopefully we just go back up. Because again, there's a lot of buying resistance, which is good. That's what we want. And the funny thing is, bonds didn't really sell off that much, I think. You know, like in fact, some are still getting bought, so some people are still scared. So great, you know, that just means more idiots are in bonds, which means everything else will just get bought up, you know. So let's see, we already looked at crypto. Yeah, I mean, it just sucks, but you're just gonna have to take profits. Like I said, keep compounding, right? I assume you're doing DeFi like everyone else. But then take some of your profits as actual cash, right? Tether, Binance Dollar, what USD coin, right? Whatever stable coin you want to use that's legit and major. And then once this correction is over, you know, you can probably start buying back in. Right? Because I mean, Greg is still saying that, at least as of this morning, that crypto will remain under pressure for quite some time. And that sucks because he's usually not wrong. Because if that's the case, that means we're not going to see a bull run until after Labor Day. So that's a month and a half from now, at least. And that's just so effing G-word. I just hate it. But again, the faster Chinese miners get online, the better this will go. Alright, let's take a look at Cointelegraph. I mean, to be honest, I really don't care about reading the news. You know what? I don't really care. Rothschild Investment Corp has increased its Bitcoin exposure by 300% since April. Okay, I do want to actually read that. Whenever the Rothschilds or any of the, you know, global banking clan people are on top, selects Cow's blockchain for digital one test. Then you know, okay, so this is actually really good. That means the globalists are now actually getting into Bitcoin, which means they're going to want to hyper pump it. I've been saying that for years, and I'm finally glad I see someone freaking doing it. So if the Rothschilds are doing it, pretty soon everyone else will too, and then we can finally ride this back up. FTX smashes crypto. Also, by now, they must clearly see that Bitcoin just cannot go below 30K, right? This is essentially 30,000. So any more attempts to just make Bitcoin go down is just not going to work. So they might as well just buy up Bitcoin now and then start the hyper pump. Okay, so, all right, we're going to actually read that article first. And this is actually a pretty decent thumbnail, actually. Okay, Engine plans to use NFTs to promote sustainable. Yeah, God. This trading platform is building Coinbase for NFTs. 13K Bitcoin price rate emerged with Bitcoin falling below. No, that's not going to happen. If it did, that would be. I mean, it would suck in the very short term, but it would actually be really good because it'll be clearly obvious that the bottom is it's way oversold. And I would actually just start buying, with whatever little I have left. New EU looks to tighten regulations for sending cryptos. So wait, new EU proposal looks to tighten regulations for sending crypto. I don't like that. Actually, I do want to take a look at it real quick. And then I don't really care. Yeah, I don't care about the rest. The EU looks to block large and honest transfers of crypto in an effort to limit money laundering. Oh, okay. Service pro conduct trying beside the name of the originator of the trend. Also, the check whether further is included. These require. Okay, so this affects 1,000 euros or more. Okay, can you fixing that do not be recorded? The payment server would not need to verify unless it affects the payout of the funds. There are part for the EU, all oriented toward the goal of improved detection of. Okay, well, luckily this is just a stupid EU. But yeah, I mean, we're just going to start using proxies, and we're going to use DeFi. China is pumping money out of the US with Bitcoin. What the hell does that mean? China seems to be putting things in order rather than claiming more crypto, even to further weaken the US economy. The ongoing blah 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 blah. America has taken a hit from higher tariffs and sanctions against Chinese. This is bullshit. Same time, China is taking a smarter approach. It not only imposed reciprocal sanctions and exports products through intermediate countries, but also made the U.S. pay for unsecured and poorly regulated assets. What? The U.S. annually injects billions of dollars into the Chinese economy without even suspecting it. The reason that Bitcoin, which is exchanged mainly for U.S. dollars, is mined in China. It hosts 65% of all mining farms. There are Bitcoin rewards, powerful computers. Okay, we don't need a lesson on that. Miners are every last 12 months. Okay, this article is absolutely retarded because then why would China kick out all the Bitcoin miners and give up this leverage? Like, taking into account China, local miner earned about 7 billion since last time it was bigger under the party. China will as well as the cryptocurrency, despite the heavy increasing regulation, the author is not going to ban Bitcoin. China banks and blah 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 blah. China has begun to restrict mining, which concerns many people in the market. Excess energy. $30 resource cheaper hydro. Okay, I'm not going to read this long-winded shit article because the logical premise is completely contradicted by China's actions, which is very frustrating. They are saying Bitcoin can hit 20. I mean, I said 25 to 20K if it wants to keep going down. But after today's market action, and I'm seeing Bitcoin heavily resisting at basically 30K or slightly under it, yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's going to be very difficult. And now that we're about to read this, the Rothschilds themselves are actually getting into Bitcoin. So, yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen. Rothschild's investment course increased Bitcoin exposure by 300% since April. Okay, Rothschild has bought more Bitcoin and Ether exposure via Grayscale despite the ongoing crypto market retreat. Yeah, they're buying the dips. But the Rothschilds have quite, okay, in a file with the US, okay, so they filed with the SEC. Rothschilds have confirmed that they now own 141.4K shares of Grayscale. Acquired by nonetheless a central player among institutions, exposure has increased this year, showing in terms of has a equivalent. So the Rothschilds only own a little under 4 million. Really, that's it? Each Grayscale share is worth that little? What a ripoff. Okay, CEO, investors. Okay. Good timing for Grayscale FUD. Grayscale Service unlocked. The Grayscale unlocking app meant absolutely nothing. Concerns while are long bounded. I was gonna tweet this out, but $4 million is nothing. Oh, great. I was hoping. Well, I was kind of hoping they would just buy more. All right, but nonetheless, this is still good. It means they still want to buy crypto. Market shrugs off inflation and that's funny that's how Greg's getting around the filter as the Fed continues to buy everything. Great.
Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Manarino, and let's talk, you and me. It is my post-market wrap-up.
By the way, I'm still kind of pissed you were not able to get your effing money back. You had your effing keys. You should have your effing money. That really sucks, man. It really sucks. But, I mean, unfortunately, now you learned your lesson in the shittiest way possible. Dude, it's so... Yeah, exactly. G-word. I know. And it's only going to get more G-word. At least until you finally get over it.
On this Tuesday, July 20th.
Imagine if you were 80 years old and you lost your entire life's work and, like, your $2 million nest egg. Ugh. So, in that way, you're extremely lucky because you're super young. So, the best time to make these stupid mistakes is right now when you're young.
2021. So, nice little rally here on Wall Street. A lot of
Dude, I would check it.
buying.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why I thought you decided to off yourself, because people would off themselves because of that. All right? You spent your whole life and then you make one stupid retarded mistake and you lose everything, literally. Yeah, you're going to off yourself,
You all
In
knew.
fact, in 2008, right, during the, what is it? The real estate bust, a lot of rich investors that were like worth billions suddenly became like either bankrupt or in billions of dollars in debt, right? So they owed billions. They all killed themselves, right? Or a lot of them did. So yeah.
Do this.
Always have backup plans, all right? The U.S. Marine Corps they actually make it part of the curriculum to always drill into your head to have a backup plan, right? There's a reason why they do that.
You all knew it. I told you they were going to buy the dip. They're going to buy all the dips moving forward. The easy money is not going to stop. And the market is shrugging off inflation fears. It's shrugging off talk of this thing that's going around. They're trying to scare the living hell out of everyone about. So, yeah, this is just the norm. I mean, what else would you expect? The market is not allowed. It's not allowed to have a correction anymore. We get these drops from time to time.
I think I've seen this before.
But they just get bought right back up. And again, I want to talk to you a little more about the fear trade. Know what you're looking at, people, and you can profit from it. When you see the fear trade, like we had yesterday, how it started the day today, when you see the 10-year yield drop like that, it doesn't just drop for no reason. It drops because cash is making its way to the debt market, perceived safety,
Okay, that thing is actually very distracting. I'll just watch it off stream. I'm pretty sure I've seen this before, too.
But they...
Madoff screwed a lot of people out of them. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Actually, whatever. Bernie Madoff, yeah. I mean, Bernie Madoff was able to keep it going, but then until the thing died. So, yeah. The housing meltdown did the same thing. Yeah, everyone got killed. I mean, I got killed too, but obviously not nearly as bad as everyone else. All I had was... Well, I already had not much going for me, so I didn't really lose that much more as a percentage. But everyone else, yeah, just went kaput.
They just get bought right back up. And again, I want to talk to you a little more about the fear trade.
Well, good for your parents.
Know what you're looking at, people, and you can profit from it. When you see the fear trade, like we had yesterday, how it started the day today, when you see the 10-year yield drop like that, It doesn't just drop for no reason. It drops because cash is making its way to the debt market, perceived safety, duh, you got to be kidding, and then that dollar strength at the same time. That is a fear trade. When you see that, you know it's time to buy. I don't know another way to put it. All my lions know this, or at least should. All right. The big meltdown that a lot of you are waiting for is way off. Okay. And it's going to happen not in the stock market first, but the debt market. When the debt market sells off rapidly, a sell-off in the debt market would cause an uncontrolled spike in bond yields, 10-year yield more specifically. Okay, that's the benchmark. When you see that, that's when you literally know it's time to run for the hills, close long positions, start betting against the market.
Yeah.
It's a way off, people. The Fed is not done buying assets by a long shot. And I told you, and I'll tell you again, open up another window right now and go to the Federal Reserve's website and have a look at their balance sheet. The higher it goes, we're at 8.2 trillion and change, the higher the stock market's going to go. It's literally unstoppable. Okay, earnings don't matter, forward guidance doesn't matter, PE ratios don't matter, nothing matters anymore. It's just a fake market that's going to continue to get bought up as the easy money just pours into it. I know you get it. And I know there's a lot of people. In fact, let me tell you what bothers me. Okay, I'm going to let you all in on a big secret if you don't know. And this happens every single time. And I'm not kidding. Whenever the market sells off like it did Friday and, well, especially yesterday, I got people writing to me saying, oh, Greg, I went short the market and I got killed. Yeah, that is going to happen to you. You can't short a fake market. If you short a fake market, knowing that there's a fear trade going on, you're gonna get eliminated. They're gonna take your cash. Is that what you want them to do? That's what this is designed to do. If you can't play the game,
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, how many people do you think are shorting Bitcoin and crypto right now? Like, just like Greg just said, they're about to like slaughter you. Because now that they see everyone, because you can remember, shorts or longs can be seen in the open market. So what do rich people do? They just take the opposite trade of you and kill you. So right now everyone's shorting Bitcoin because they think the end is nigh. And then we just saw the article, right? Actually, I need to bring up that article again, right? We just saw that article that the Rothschilds, granted it's only $4 million. How much are you willing to bet that the Rothschilds and really all these other globalists have their own, I want to say, their own cryptocurrency wallets, right? Because technically anybody can do it. So yeah, they're going to like hyper pump it. Let's see. I need the thumbnail from here. So let me actually work that. Yeah, right. So, which is great because f the shorts. I want this thing to go up. So yeah, people are about to get killed. So are they going to drive the price up or down? Well, if everyone's shorting it now, they're going to drive it up until the shorts get liquidated. And then after that, they probably will suppress the price yet again. I mean, again, there's just so much pressure on cryptocurrencies, it's frustrating. They're actually forcing Bitcoin to trade in a range, so everybody loses money except the people who sell options. If you remember from a while ago, when you go back to Greg's old videos in 2017, he actually talked about that he does not like cryptocurrencies getting their own futures markets because then the rich people and the institutions will have a way to manipulate cryptocurrency prices now, and that's what we're seeing now. But I mean, you can't have a situation where derivatives do not exist. So I don't know, man.
game.
But it does mean that my Ledger X options are well on their way to expiring worthless, and I'll be out $7,000.
Stay out of it.
But that's literally at the end of the year, so hopefully things will change significantly between now and then.
If you don't know what to look for, where cash is moving by keeping your eye on the debt market, the dollar, crude oil, well, then you really shouldn't be here. You should not be trading the market. You should be maybe stacking gold, silver, silver, my most favorite asset of all time. Maybe,
Yeah, I
putting
still
some
have these
cryptocurrencies
silver
into your
item bars or
portfolio.
whatever, and it's
But
fucking
know what
worthless.
you're doing, people, and know why you are doing it. More importantly, we're trading a fake market. Okay. So with that said,
Yeah,
nice rally today
crypto.
on Wall Street. Did you watch crude oil? Turned around nicely, pulled the energy sector higher, pulled the financial sector higher. The entire stock market finished higher. People, I'm going to say it again. What is crude oil? Yeah, the lifeblood of the military freak show industrial complex. Gold didn't do much today. I think it actually had a fractional loss. Silver did take a little bit of a hit. Okay, whatever. It's not real. There's no price discovery, but that does not mean you shouldn't be hoarding it. Betting against the debt hyper bubble. All right. Cryptocurrencies today, the big ones fell under pressure. Dash, something's going on there. A lot of buying with regard to Dash. So keep your eyes on Dash for now. Anyway, let us move forward. What I want to do, people, is just talk briefly about a few things. So we found out that building permits here in the United States has now plunged to an 8-month low as sky-high home prices are sidelining buyers. I don't know another way to put it. This is a phenomenon. This is how you know there's a bubble in housing. When the average person making an average salary is priced out of buying an average size home, you know there's a bubble. So for those of you out here that are asking me a lot if there's a bubble in the housing market, absolutely. We have multiple bubbles in this market. There's not one asset today, not one single asset today that is fairly priced. I mean, when you have central banks, none more so than the Fed, doing what they're doing, this is emergency monetary policy, basically buying it all, artificially suppressing interest rates. It causes distortions like you cannot believe across the spectrum of asset classes. So nothing has a fair value right now, and it's all twisted and distorted. But that does not mean there are not things to take advantage of here. With an induced or forced risk-on environment, meaning equities, stocks higher, 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 higher. Well, the first thing you should be looking at is suppressed assets. Okay, when people are looking over here, for the most part, you want to be looking over there. Okay, over there, suppressed assets, physical gold, physical silver, and yes, I still believe cryptocurrencies too. Okay, these are suppressed in this environment of maximum distortions, and you still, of course, want to take advantage of a market that seems unstoppable to the upside because the Fed's buying it all. Again, forget what's coming out of any other YouTuber's mouth or whoever they might be. As long as the Fed balance sheet, I'm going to say for the gazillion time, keeps rising, 8.2 trillion and higher, okay, debts and deficits hyper exploding, as long as this is happening, the market will go up, okay? And if you watch that 10-year yield, gauging by what I've taught you, if you've been following my work, look for the fear trades. Look for the drops in the 10-year yield along with a higher dollar. When the stock market drops along with that, you buy those dips. You buy those dips. And this is how you rip the freaking market's face off. And again, people, there's so many ways to play this. Like I tell you, if you subscribe to my free newsletter, it's 100% free. There's a link in the description of this video. I fire out. In fact, I fired one out today. Look at the stock picks on my website right now, traderschoice.net. They took off today. People, buying those dips. And, I put out suggestions of how to play these things, from a lot of risk to kind of low risk. People, look, I got your back. I'm going to keep you ahead of the curve here. With regard to a real market crash, you're going to know when it happens. Not drops in the market that get bought up and then you get people running around, oh, this is the big one. You gotta be kidding me. They don't know what they're looking at. They have no clue where cash is going, why it's going there. So, of course, you're gonna get these people panicking. Can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, I want to know why no one's buying crypto, specifically the rich people. Uh,
Anyway, like I said, so there was a lot of buying today, and the market's shrugging everything else off. What else would you expect? What else would you expect? Really, surging inflation like we've never seen before. A stock market that is so disconnected from reality you can't possibly believe it. I mean, it's even difficult for me to get my head around. And I study this stuff around the clock. It's just not going to stop. And I know it's very frustrating to you, the suppression of, let's say, physical gold and silver via the derivative. I mean, it's incredible how you have a hard asset deriving value from a derivative. It's completely upside down, but that's how they rig the market, okay? Everyone knows it's rigged. Commodities Exchange knows it's rigged. The SEC, they don't want to do anything about it whatsoever. They won't do it. The corruption that we've seen unfold over the last several years with regard to this market and everything connected to it, politics, is just off the Richter scale. Anyway, all right, people, look, that's it. Important video. Lots of stuff I covered for you. That's it. I'll see you in the morning. Looking forward to it.
well, that wound up being quick. By the way, I have my shirt off and the AC on, and it's pretty freaking hot out there still. Yes, crap. Sadly, I didn't hear him say much about crypto. So, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm so sick and tired of these hearings where literally nothing happens. Like nothing happens. It's just, it's just so frustrating. All right, just gonna check real quick. All right, very good. All right, well, I better get going too because I want to get back to coding. I mean, to be honest, I really just want to play more World of Tank Blitz, but I need to make sure I get a decent amount of work done today. And then, yeah. God, I just wish that it wouldn't take so long on the trademark shit, man. Like, this uncertainty is so effing annoying. But from what I can tell, like, nothing's really happening, so, at least I can count my blessings with that, right? Well, for now. Anyway, let me think. Is there anything else? No, I mean, that's it. I mean, I remain the same thing, right? Just keep pulling out profits, take it into stable coins is my recommendation, and then just wait out this crypto correction. Right? I wouldn't say a bear market because that would mean the bull run's already over, but that's clearly not the case. But on the other hand, if they're able to suppress it this much, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it would basically just never go up again, right? Because you would always just force the price of crypto down. But I don't know. I just can't see that. I just can't really see that. We'll just have to just see what happens, because I think we'll have some more clarity once those Chinese miners get back online, and a lot of them too. So, yeah. But in the meantime, we just hang tough, I guess, which sucks. It's okay for me because I'm able to make a decent income, but the silver lining is at least Bitcoin is kind of holding steady around 30K. Now, let's see what happens if it wants to try to go below 29,000, right? Because technically Bitcoin's negative for the year. So we'll see what happens. But again, I'm seeing a crazy amount of 24-hour volume at this price range. So someone is buying a lot of this right now. So you're moving to stable coins at the moment. Yeah, I starting as of yesterday, I'm just in stable. Well, I'm taking my daily profit as stable coins. I am not buying any more crypto. I'm basically converting my stuff into dollars, right? My current cryptocurrency holdings, I just keep it, right? And I compound it so I have more pancake swap, making more pancake swap. Hotbit BNB, making more Hotbit BNB, and of course my wings, making more wings. But I want to say that I'm basically like 80-90% going into cash every day. I tried selling my World of Tank Blitz account when missiles were a thing. Yeah, I don't know if someone. Well, actually, it would make sense for someone to maybe buy it, but yeah, I don't know. By the way, I figured out that the vast majority of your teammates and opponents in World of Tank Blitz are actually bots. They're actually pretty well programmed bots, but they're bots. I was able to figure it out because I kept getting the same named teammates, and yeah, I kept getting the same teammates. The names are the exact same. They have a certain consistent pattern, and for some reason, they would always be in any kind of tier that I was in, and they have different icons and everything. And it would also explain some of the weird behavior that I see that only a bot would exhibit. Especially now that I'm a computer programmer now and making video games, and I have like a basic understanding of artificial intelligence. I know exactly what to look for. Because obviously a computer AI will only do what you tell it to do. So obviously it's actually pretty hard to code a complex AI to make it look like a human was playing it. I think that's just the way people play. Take certain routes depending on their team and tank. No, you're made to think that, but that's not true. I mean, it would be hard for me to explain without showing you what I mean. Like there are subtle signs, but yeah, they are definitely bots. Which is great because you get the full credit as if they were a real human being, which means you get the maximum rewards. That's why my win rate is so freaking high. I was like, how could people be this bad, even at higher tiers? And then I realized, yeah, because they're bots. They're bots. Again, which is fine, right? And again, the bots are pretty well programmed. So actually, let me show you. Okay. Oh man, I got Let me see if I can go to my thing here. Yeah, I think this one will be pretty good. Luckily there's no sound here. So, wave player. Oh, that's the sound effects. Okay. Yeah, so what I did is I just dragged and dropped the AI because the tutorial basically had me program the AI bots that as soon as it sees my character, they just start charging at me. Right? And they just, shoot or whatever. Now let me see, we could go to an older one. Unreal, yeah, because I wanted to show you the nav mesh. So here's the Unreal Engine's behavior AI trained blackboard for creating an aggressive AI. Alright, so this is basically what it is. Yeah. So here, I lose line of sight and the bot is actually programmed to go to the spot that I was in to try to look for me. Alright? So I try to make it lose line of sight, and it still keeps chasing me. And it's surprisingly hard because I was supposed to slow down the AI, but I didn't do that, so I finally lose line of sight. But see, he comes back and he starts flanking me. Now this was actually unintentional. Alright, now if I programmed it pretty well, you wouldn't actually be able to tell the difference between a real player and an AI. It really sucked when they added skill-based matchmaking to lower tiers for good skilled players, though. To be honest, they really should add that because it's really frustrating to play against. Like, if you're good and you're killing low-skilled players, so that's fine. But for the low-skilled player, it is frustrating. It really sucked when they added skilled. I think that's just the way people. No, I read that. Maybe I never encountered bots because my account isn't new. No, you're definitely encountering bots. Trust me, you are. Video games aren't even real now. Damn. Yeah. So, I mean, this is like a simple tutorial, but if I didn't tell you this was a bot, would you think this is a player, playing against me? Right? And this was a very simple AI programming tree that the tutorial had me make. So, skill-based matchmaking makes it so that you have to play the good tanks rather than grind trees. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm just playing. I just want to play my autoloaders, my T71 Da, and I also just recently grinded my Leopard on all three of my accounts. Now I'm trying to get my second, third account to regrind the T71 because all I want to play is with autoloaders. And in my old account before it got wiped, used to have a bunch of good tanks, and I had the entire AMX line for the French light tanks with the autoloaders. I remember they actually were not that good because tier 9 and tier 10 especially, they actually suck because everyone else gets much stronger. So your autoloader actually becomes worse, you know. But I still think the tier 7 T71 Da is still the best autoloader for that tier. You know, it's got great penetration of 160, it reloads fast, and it does a crap load of damage. The AMX tier 7, on the other hand, has to fire 6 shots and they do very little damage. So your actual DPS is actually worse because you have to sit there and fire 6 times, as opposed to the T71 Da where you're firing only 3 times. I was always an E50M guy. The E50M is really freaking good. I mean, it's a big tank, but it moves reasonably fast for a medium at tier 10, and it's got like crazy firepower and armor. It's a really good medium. I personally prefer the Russian medium tanks. I think it's called the T62A because that thing is heavily armored, has really good, what is it, armor spacing shape. So you're able to really deflect those bounces, and it has good firepower. It's also faster too and smaller physically. So it's a really good medium. Because when I played the German tanks, I always went the German light tank line slash, what is it called? The Leopard 1? The tier 10, no armor, full glass cannon, super fast medium tank tree. I loved that tank. You know, that tank line was my favorite because you just drive around like a million miles an hour and then just flank. But that's my preferred playstyle though. Alright. Alright, anyway. I think I'm done goofing off. So I will see you all tomorrow. Stock's making the biggest moves, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, look, even United Air, oh, it disappeared. I said United Airlines moved back up. So I'm gonna go. I'm still waiting for them to add Japanese heavies. I thought that was already in the game. Yeah, because Japanese heavies are really good, at least until higher tiers. But tier 5, that thing is ridiculous at tier 5. You can't pen the freaking armor unless you actually hit it on the side. The front and back is completely armored with 150mm armor. It's pretty nutty. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, and well, let's just hope cryptocurrency goes up. I mean, shit, looks like Bitcoin wants to keep going down a bit. Well, that kind of sucks. I mean, Binance is down a crap load too. Yeah, my question is, who's dumping all of this and who's buying? It's out on PC, but not Blitz. Yeah, I know. I have a really good PC World of Tanks account. Also, it's really decked out. The problem is the game's just too freaking hard, and I hate it. Plus, the matchmaking is just so much more frustrating in that game. Because the tier difference is plus or minus 2, and there's 15 versus 15. So as soon as you lose like 2 or 3 players, you pretty much fall all the way behind because of the nature of the rich get richer and the poor get poorer a lot faster kind of mechanic. Like someone actually made a video and a post explaining why that happens. So yeah. But, what are you going to do? Alright, we'll talk more about it tomorrow. I really need to go. I got to go to the bathroom, and then I got to get back to coding. I want to make sure I actually do some work today. Because I only went through 2 videos. I want to at least get a few more done. At least another 1 or 2, at least. Alright, see you all tomorrow.